let's talk, Paul, about that recruitment strategy and specifically Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, and the roles they have in the team, and then how that relates to Salah, who obviously was Player of the Year last year and now finds himself 13 games in and being dropped because it just wasn't working.
Well, look, I mean, the bottom line was, I think yesterday the manager went back to basics. Put a back four, that's a back four. He didn't have square pegs and round holes. The Hungarian boy who was a good player in midfield, forgive me for not being able to pronounce his
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai, that's it, good man. He's a good player, but he ain't a fullback. And that's where he's been playing it to suit Salah. So instead of having, a team with names on the starting sheet, he's gone more for which players are better to play in the position rather than the name. And Salah, it was a big call for him to leave him out. I still don't think he'll be. I think he'll use him during the week or maybe next week. He won't freeze him. It's not the end of Mo Salah. Will never be the end of him. But he's a difference player. When he's on his game, he hasn't been on his game this season to the level of what we are accustomed to. But so Salah, he was left out yesterday, but the team looked a bit more balanced. I still say that they're lacking two players. They need another central defender, which isn't rocket science. And I think they should have took Mark Gay when they could, because I think he's a super duper defender. He's not easy on the eye, but he's just there when somebody needs to be there in the right position. He's there, and I think they need a number six, a top number six who can just win it and protect the back four. The rest is, they've got brilliant players in offensive positions, and the German boy, Wirtz, he's a top player. In time, you'll see. I'm sure he'll come to fruition like is the expectation, and you've got to understand that, with early doors, they've only been playing together for 2-3 months, and I just think there'll be an improvement there. And obviously, we saw what Isak could do at Newcastle, but I don't think, one thing I'm a bit negative about with Isak is because his game will have to change, because Isak was brilliant at Newcastle because they played on the counter and they played in behind the opposition back four, which suited Isak because he's quick. He used to put in balls through, challenge balls over the top. Boom! Isak, Murphy, Gordon were dangerous, with that. But now, because he's playing for Liverpool, who have the ball more and have to open doors more, it's a different kind of game that he has to learn. It's a different type of game where he has to more close control, more, in the box. As you can see, most teams who play Liverpool go with a stringent 4 or 5 at the back with 4 in front. It's a brick wall you've got to get through. So mentally, he has a different kind of game that he has to learn himself, because his attributes in the past have all been the pace and in behind, and he isn't going to get that when he's playing for Liverpool, because nobody defends against Liverpool, because arguably at the beginning of the season they were thought to be going to be the league winners, so if you're matching yourself up to try and get yourself a result against them, you're not going to defend a high line. You're going to make it hard for Liverpool to break you down.